Hello, hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, my favorite day of the week, because every Wednesday we're bringing to you Airdomo Beyond Borders, the Global Life Series. But today's special because I got a new partner in crime. I'm Stephanie Gillison, and today we have Lizzie Molina. We're introducing her to our team. She's actually going to be running our entire social media arm, and she's now going to be appearing every Wednesday with me on this live series. So welcome to the team, Lizzie. I'm excited to have you.
Stephanie, super excited to be here and be a part of Airdomo. It's going to be amazing.
It is going to be amazing. And, as we're getting ready for this launch up, we've been talking about all these amazing places, and we've been focused on outside of the United States. Today, we wanted to also talk about a place in the United States. We wanted to talk about Miami because things are happening in Miami as they always are. But also, too, Lizzie lives in Miami. So let's dive into Miami today, Lizzie. I'm excited.
Miami. So let's start with why Miami is considered one of the top global cities for luxury real estate investments.
Well, I tell you what, I was just there about a month ago, just looking and diving into a lot of this stuff. And obviously, Miami is easy to get to for a lot of us. Miami combines that international appeal because of that no state income tax. It's got a booming luxury lifestyle market. It's a hub for the global finance, tech, fashion, and entertainment. It attracts high net worth individuals from Latin America, Europe, and people from all across the US. I mean, for me, I look at Miami, and it's kind of like the Hollywood on this side of the country, on the eastern side of the country. But the city offers a unique mix of waterfront living, branded residences, and world-class amenities, making it a prime destination for both investors and second home buyers. And, Lizzie, when I was there, I toured some of these branded residences, and I'm just like, wow, you live there. You get to live in the midst of all this. Tell us what it's like.
So Miami has grown so much in the last 5 years. I'm born and raised from Miami, and we used to be like the ugly little duckling, the stepchild. Like all my friends from LA and New York were like, Miami. And then after COVID, Miami is now had her glow up. She is shining. She's always been shining, but she's shining a little brighter now these days. A lot of money has left states like California and New York and has invested in Miami. We have amazing weather. It's like a cultural nugget of like light. And I mean, who doesn't want to live in the water and go in the beach in December when everybody's shoveling snow? So there's been a lot of growth. We have amazing new projects, the Porsche Tower, the Austin Martin. She's just shining tall in the middle of like downtown Brickell. It's amazing to see.
When I was there, Lizzie, I actually toured the Aston Martin residences. And of course, for those who know me, I love cars. Cars are they're like an addiction for me. And so anything that's named after a car, I'm like, wait a minute, I got to go see this. And then of course the Porsche design. I mean, it's just amazing. And people are like, but what? I don't get it. What are these names? Well, it's exactly that. It's an attention grabber. It's that, it's that association with that brand and what those statuses mean and what the quality of that means. But there's waterfront mansions in areas like Star Island, Indian Creek, and Coconut Grove. But I look at the famous people. You talk about the people that have flocked from California and New York, the weather, all of that. There's also, it's easy to get to Miami, and it's also easy to fly out of Miami and get to other places too.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, I live in Edgewater. It's like one of the main areas where people have moved to. We have brand new buildings that are branded, like you said, and you have that luxury lifestyle feel where you're still in a place that's a part of the US and you can do business, and there's so many opportunities here, but you're walking into resort like living. And I feel like that's one of the things that Miami has done perfectly with these branded buildings. You go in and it's like, oh, wow, this is like a dream. You have people at the concierge, people who walk your dog, like everything you can think of that you might need is available to you. I go to the grocery store and I walk into Joe Jonas. So it's on your point of being in the Hollywood, it is very much like that. You see these mega yachts floating in the water. It's quite something that unless you really give it a chance, you really wouldn't understand. And then you're also close to, if Miami's too much party and too much wildness for you, because it could be like a crazy nightlife if you want it. But you can go up to Palm Beach or you can go up to Fort Lauderdale. It's also available to you and has the same.
And very close. I mean, because buyers they're prioritizing privacy, amenities, design, and high-end finishes, along with having that access to the marinas, the spas, and those concierge services like you talked about. So they love those turnkey condos also where you live in Edgewater, Brickell, and Sunny Isles. So it's amazing.
Yeah. I also, for international buyers, that know about investing in Miami. And I've been in the real estate world for some time, and I've seen the different influx of different kinds of buyers. You've had a lot of people that were buying in Venezuela when they had their situation going on. They were bringing their money to the States to secure it. Now you have a lot of Saudi, America, Qatar, Dubai money coming in. You're having like giant conferences for people who are talking about investing in Miami. And I think it has everything you need.
Absolutely. I was there this year already in 2025 at 2 different conferences for real estate, as a matter of fact. And, the financial advantages of buying luxury property in Miami, like you said, there's no state income tax. I mean, that's a Florida advantage, which is why so many of us, my parents included, have moved to Florida. There is that strong rental demand, especially in that short-term luxury rental market. So if you're looking to invest in that short-term game and earn money and then also have a place to go as well, that's a great market to take a look at, because that global buyer pool keeps values resilient. Now, sometimes we locally, we don't like when the prices keep going up and up and up. But look, if you invest now and they keep moving up, you're safe. The currency hedge for international investors as well too is a huge plus. Miami's continued infrastructure growth and cultural expansion increases property appreciation consistently as well too. And I think even now, you're seeing new projects coming online, and there's still a demand for those projects. They're being announced, it seems like, on a weekly basis.
I can tell you, Stephanie, just from my home, I can see about four to five cranes going up. I go to the dog park and I talk to people, and everybody's like, oh, because there's construction in the building next to me. There's construction. I live in a corner unit. I'm in Edgewater. I live in a corner unit, and they're about to break ground in this area right here. And I'm like, I gotta move closer to the water. And that's another thing. Like, if you're in the rental space, and everyone laughs at me because I had a condo, I sold it, and I was kind of just figuring out where I wanted to be next. And I moved into a rental building, but you would never know it's a rental building because it's so luxury. And it's amazing. But I think that Miami also has like this light to it, and it seems like even like during COVID or when things are happening around the world, Miami seems to continue to grow. And I think it's a special place. And anywhere you go around the world, when I travel around the world and somebody's like, oh, where are you from? And you say Miami, it's like, what are you doing here? Like, you live in Miami. So it's pretty cool to see.
Absolutely. And talking about rentals, people ask me all the time, well, what are the rental yields, in these markets? And Miami currently is delivering a 5 to 7% rental yield in these premium markets. And that's why you see all those cranes going up, because there is, in fact, the demand for that. And look, we never get political on these calls, but what happens in other areas drives the traffic to other areas. And so, people pay attention to what's going on, and that attendance or population, so to speak, fluctuates as well too. So, they're getting prepared for what they believe is going to, take place. But let's talk about the neighborhoods that are so hot for luxury real estate, and talk about, kind of what they're like. Miami Beach, south of Fifth, that's ultra prime condos, waterfront estates, right?
That is old money. That is Miami bougie. That is, if you live on South of Fifth, people know it's like a flex to be there, like, it's like, oh, I live in South of Fifth. They're like, Understood. It's
They're a
kind of
big
like
deal.
the Beverly Hills, right?
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay. Then you've got Brickell, luxury urban living with high-rise developments and international.
I would say that's international. If you want to compare it to something that might make sense, is like the Wall Street of New York City. That's like
Finance district.
the finance district, but you have malls, you have tourists, you have so many people. When it first got started, it was just the finance district. Now we have an ultra mall, the Brickell City Center. You've seen it everywhere. Shops and everyone. You don't need a car. You can just walk everywhere. It's giving New York City and Miami.
That's awesome. Coconut Grove. Tell us about that.
It's upscale. It's private. You want to raise your family there. That is the goal. That's where you want to be. That is the Calabasas of Miami. And it's amazing. You live right on the water. You can run into most of our NBA players live there. It's they have really good schools. And so Coconut Grove is like where you want to be.
Okay, so Edgewater, where you live in Wynwood, I know it's rapidly growing as you've already described, and it's got the strong rental upside. That probably makes perfect sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, I would say Wynwood is like a Williamsburg in Brooklyn. You have all the artsy, all the culture. It's very much like a younger demographic, I would say. If you like to be in the action, in the mix, there's always something going on in Wynwood. That's where you would want to be. And then Edgewater is just a couple blocks down, but it gives you that refreshed, still home-like feel where it's still luxury. You're on the water and it's not in the chaos of Wynwood.
Talk to us about Bay Point and Venetian Islands.
Oh, Venetian Islands. I said south of 5th. Okay, Venetian Islands. That's the place to be. It's directly on the water. It's close. You're right in the middle of like South Beach and like the city where you want to be. So getting out and going anywhere is very accessible. Venetian Islands is, I wouldn't even know how to compare it to anything. Like Beverly Hills is nothing compared to Venetian Islands. And Bay Point is it's Venetian Island's little sister, not too far as well. Amazingly located, beautiful homes. Great neighborhoods, great schools. So if I had a choice of where I wanted to be, I would definitely pick Venetian Islands. And second would be Bay Point, and then maybe south of 5th.
Awesome. I love that. See, I love that you are there. You understand this. You're giving our audience such a deep dive into all these areas. It's so great when we have someone that lives right in the mix of everything, and especially with a place where so much is happening and so much demand. And, we're getting ready to launch. There is a brand new development in Miami, waterfront condos, boat slips. Actually, they're townhomes, 3-bedroom townhomes, waterfront, starting at 1.4 million. And so we're getting ready to launch these out. And these are off-market pre-sale purchases. These are going to be phenomenal. And Lizzie, when I went to you with this location and said, what do you think about this? What was your response?
I lit up. I'm excited. I am thinking myself of buying one there. The river is just the perfect place where you are so close to everything. You're close to Brickell, you're close to Venetian. You're like 15 minutes away from everything. You're also 15 minutes away from the airport, which for people who like to travel a lot, for me, that is a gift because I get in and out. It's beautiful because you also have that water feel, but you're a little bit outside of the mix of everything. But I'm very excited. I can't wait to see them. The renderings look phenomenal. And you also have a boat slip, which in Miami is like huge. So I'm very excited about this project. And I'm honestly thinking about buying something there.
Well, you all be paying attention to our social media because Lizzie's getting ready to launch it out on Instagram, our LinkedIn. Obviously, we're going to put it out on Airdomo once our platform launches, which we're just a couple weeks away. I promise we are getting so close to this, you all. And every day I am meeting with developers in and around the Caribbean, Central America, the United States who want to put their developments on Airdomo. So if you're looking for that second property, or you're looking to invest, or you're just looking to spend some money because you have it, Airdomo is going to be the place that you're going to want to look for that destination property. But the bottom line here is Miami is more than just a vacation destination. It is a global real estate powerhouse offering financial upside, cultural energy, and lifestyle luxury. Whether you're looking for a income producing condo, a legacy property, or just simplified luxury, Miami delivers on all fronts. So tune in and explore why, where, and how, and make sure you are liking us on all social medias, because we are going to launch out those condos here very, very soon.
You
Lizzie?
don't want to miss out on that pre-sale pricing. I know I don't.
Absolutely. Well, Lizzie, again, welcome to the team. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back next Wednesday, where we yet again will be covering another destination. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.